Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be taking you through a complete guide on how to make this beautiful slippers, and the materials we will need for this project is sole. We'll need a fiber board. Here we'll need a fiber board, a light macro. We'll need a white leather. We would also need a black leather. This black leather. So basically these are the four materials we would need for this project: a black leather, a white leather, foreign Marco 2, a fiber board, and our sole. So let's begin. The first thing we'll do is, first of all, let's start with the sole. Let's get our foot mat prepared. Let's prepare the sole, the foot mat of the sole. So the first thing we'll do is, in preparing the foot mat of the shoe, we'll have our sole here. So we want to draw the sole on the fiber. Draw the sole on the fiber board. So this is for this, and let's draw for the second leg. We cut it out. So when cutting this, take note, cut it outside the line. If you look very, this is the line. Don't cut it on the line, cut it outside the line, this way. If you look, you see my scissors. When you cut it in such a way that after cutting you can still see the line. You can see, after cutting you can still see the line. So you can see, if you check, you see the traces of the Bible, or the ink. You can see the traces of the ink. We've done that. So the next step is, let's just smoothen. Let's smoothen the edge of the fiber. Okay, very good. So the next thing to do is, we're going to make a part of the foot mat. There's going to be a Marco. So to get that Marco right here, what you do is, same thing, you can either use this or use the sole. Let's use the sole. You draw the sole on a piece of paper. To get this middle Marco, the Marco inside, you draw the sole on the paper. And the next thing to do is, you want to have, you measure, let's say, measure 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter. You uniformly, you have a 1 centimeter distance between the main sole and the spot of the Marco. So the distance should be 1 centimeter. We'll have some points and then join those points together. You join. This is where the artwork is, even though it's not a big deal. Just join it. It mustn't be 100% perfect. Just make sure you do something good. You cut it outside also. Is what you have. So this is what we now draw. We'll draw this on the fiber, on the macro. I mean, these are macro. So we'll draw this pattern on the macro. Cut it out. You place it on top of the fiber. Place it, and make sure you position it. Let it be at the middle. Put it in the middle of the fiber. And you want to draw it. So you want. Next thing is to gum the macro to the fiber. So meanwhile, while we wait for this one to dry up, we'll go ahead to use our filing machine to file the surface of the sole. Mind you, even if you don't have a filing machine, you can still do this. You can simply use a sandpaper to do it. So we'll file the surface. This is in order to allow gum to properly soak into the sole, thereby enhancing the strength of the bond, allowing gum to soak into the sole. So when the gum properly soaks into the sole, that will result to it will enhance the strength of the bond between the sole and the foot mat. That's why it's very important to file the sole. So you see, so now we can go ahead and apply gum on the sole, then allow it to let it be. So carefully spread the gum and make sure it is evenly spread across all parts of the sole, especially the ends of the sole. I'm going to keep them by the side, let them get dried. So back to the foot mat. This is how far we've gone. Great job so far. So the next thing we will do is to place this on a leather, and looking good, isn't it? So the next thing is to wrap this foot mat on the leather, cover it in the leather. So this is the leather we're going to be using. What do I mean by that? Each leather you see have its elastic part. If you draw it this way, you see it's not elastic, but can you see? Can you see? This is the elastic part of the leather. So place our foot mat this way. and there's a reason for that. This is how you craft foot mat. So next, apply gum on it. So while applying gum, already applied gum on the fiber. So when applying gum, you concentrate more on the marco and the edge of the marco over here. To apply gum on the leather. So next thing is to gum the foot mat on the. So now gum. So turn it, face it this way, and then remember, or let's separate it. First of all, separate it. So remember, the marco is placed on top of the fiber, and there's a space, a height difference between the marco and the fiber. So that height difference that we created will now give the foot mat a particular shape. So what am I talking about? Let's go. You see, that's why it's very important. That's why it's very important, as I said earlier, that the edge of the marco should be properly, should have, should be, gum should be properly applied to the edge. You see the shape it will give us now. So can you see the shape we got? So, see, this is what, see the shape, nice shape. So you don't even need to stitch. Already you have a design on the foot mat already. So the next thing to do is apply gum. We already applied gum here, so apply gum on the fiber, and then so you want to bend it this way. Bend it this way. So now I just filed the foot mat. As you can see, our foot mat is ready.